Cooking with Austin, episode number 3, Sushi.
Hello, welcome to Cooking with Austin. Today we have a very special guest. The editor-in-chief of the paper has come today. Please welcome Natalie Miranda.
Hug. You got a haircut.
I did. I
Looks
did
good.
get a haircut. Thank you.
No problem.
So today we're going to be cooking, well, we're not going to be cooking. We're going to be making some sushi rolls. We're going to be using unagi and, go with the traditional California roll. Maybe a couple surprises in there too.
Sounds good.
So you ready to roll some rice?
I am ready to roll some rice.
All right.
The only things you must have are 3 cups of short grain rice, rice vinegar, sesame seeds, and toasted nori. For our fillings, we used grilled unagi, crab claw meat, avocado, imitation crab, and maybe a couple of surprises. The sky's the limit with sushi, so be creative.
First thing we're going to want to do is we have our 3 cups of short grain sushi rice already measured out, and we're going to go ahead and rinse it thoroughly in the sink. So we want to fill it up with water, swish it around 2 or 3 times until the water is significantly clearer afterwards. So let's go ahead and rinse our rice.
Sounds good.
Rinse it nice and thoroughly. So the water is going to be really cloudy at first.
Okay.
And that's all the starches
Really?
coming off of the outer. Now that we have our rice rinsed, it's time to put it in the rice cooker.
All right.
And for sushi rice, we're going to do about a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice. So, Natalie,
Fill it up.
fill her up.
All right.
We just let our rice cooker do the work for us.
While the rice is cooking, you'll have plenty of time to prepare your other ingredients. Slice the imitation crab, avocados, and cucumber into long strips and be sure to heat up anything that might need to be cooked, like the unagi. Once the rice is finished, transfer it to a large bowl and give it a good stir. This allows for quicker cooling as we prepare to add our vinegar mixture.
Once we have our rice out of the cooker into the bowl, we're going to add our rice vinegar. So we want to cover it evenly. Trying to coat every grain in the rice vinegar.
And how come we don't just stir it the way?
Because then it'll clump together.
Oh, okay.
We try to avoid that if we can.
Okay.
And you want about a tablespoon of rice vinegar for every cup of rice. Alright, and so when we're not using the rice, we're going to go ahead and cover it with a wet towel, just so it keeps all the moisture in. Okay, our first step, we're going to want to take our toasted nori, shiny side up, and put it down on our bamboo rolling mat. Let's go ahead and before handling the rice, we're going to want to just dip our hands in some water with a little vinegar in it so the rice doesn't stick to us. Alright, and so let's just take some of the rice.
Me too?
Yeah, well, here you go. You can
Oh, okay.
just distribute it a thin layer across
Okay.
the nori. Okay, now that we have our rice laid, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some roasted sesame seeds. They add a little bit of flavor and they make it look kind of pretty.
Nice texture.
Yeah. And then for the California roll, we're going to cover it with some plastic wrap so we can flip it upside down.
So that's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
Ah, clever.
So we just flip it over.
Do we take the plastic wrap? Or?
Nope, we'll leave it on until the end.
Ah. Okay.
Alright, now it's time to fill it up with all the good California roll
Woo.
innards. So over here we have some sliced avocado.
Okay.
and some cucumber. And we have some imitation crab meat. So let's go ahead and lay it across. So just make a nice row of avocado.
What?
Whatever your preference is. There's no real restrictions, but you just want it constant throughout the whole roll.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. And these?
Yep.
Nice.
And now it is time
To roll?
to do the actual rolling.
And just squeeze it so it all.
Yeah, you want to make it nice and tight. Might get some avocado on you, but you don't want to tuck the plastic wrap back into it. You want to make it all the way around, so you pull it out slowly as you roll it, and then get to the end. A nice, good
Oh,
squeeze.
Squirting out avocado. Whoa.
Yep. We might have gotten a little too much on there, but too much avocado, but that's never a bad thing. Go ahead and start making your cuts.
I'm scared.
And then in between cuts, you're gonna want to wipe your blade down so the rice doesn't stick to it.
Alright. Bigger or is that good?
That should be pretty good.
Okay.
We'll see what our roll will yield.
Okay. And then we'll just take the plastic off after?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep. We'll individually unwrap them once we make our cuts.
Alright.
Okay. Once we have all of it cut, we can go ahead and figure out how to unwrap it.
Ah.
Okay. So we have our first roll. It's that simple.
Woo!
Hardest part was
Cutting it.
cutting it and unwrapping the plastic wrap. But
Yep.
simple. You can serve this with some soy sauce to dip it in, some wasabi, whatever you prefer. There are no rules to eating sushi.
None. Just wipe the knife off every time you cut it.
And so now let's get ready for our second roll, which is going to be using some unagi. Okay. Now we're going to start our unagi roll. For that, let's just take our nori, shiny side up again, and go ahead and lay a bunch of rice. We're going to save about a ½ inch right at the end for the rolling process, but you're going to want to put a little bit of grains of rice right at in that ½ inch margin, just to help with the rolling process. Alright, so we're going to start with the unagi, which is a barbecued eel. Should be good. We're going to throw in some avocado.
Okay.
And then some genuine crab meat.
The real deal.
Real deal. I don't know if you ever rolled up a sleeping bag or...
Ah.
And then once you have it there, you're going to go ahead and shift your fingers and then just do like a nice firm push and squeeze all at once.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay.
And now lift up your bamboo a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and then just continue with the roll and make it tight and put some pressure down on it. And it might ooze out a little of the sides, and that's fine.
Found some crab.
That means you put a lot of good stuff in there.
Okay.
All right, and now for the end, just lift up the mat and then continue the roll and just give it a nice. There you go.
Squishing the little avocado.
Yeah, pushing the sides. There it is.
All right.
Simple to do. Now it's time to slice this up.
Okay.
Slice it open.
You can cut it.
Cut it like a fish. Yeah, the cutting might be. I think it's definitely the most difficult part of the process.
Probably.
And then maybe deciding on what you actually want to put inside it.
Ah! All right.
There we go. Second roll done.
Woo!
Now it's time for a surprise roll
Sounds good.
with some smoked salmon. So let's go ahead and get that one ready. We're gonna do this one just like our California roll.
All right.
So Natalie, let's see what you've learned.
Okay. You ready to spread some rice, Austin?
I'd love to.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
Now what, Natalie?
Now let's put in our ingredients. What would you like to put in first, Austin?
Let's throw some avocado in.
Okay.
Who doesn't love avocado?
Crazy people.
Some of this delicious smoked salmon.
Oh, smells great.
It does. Let's put a lot in there.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Spread that out or whatever, however you.
Yeah, just layer it on there. I like fat rolls.
Me too. Next we're gonna put some,
Crab?
yep, real crab.
Not an imitation.
Not imitations, it's
The real deal.
crab claw.
Would
I
we put
believe.
it down here?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, just sprinkle it around.
Okay.
Let's add a little bit of cucumber.
Okay.
Give it a little different texture.
Sounds good. Some crunch.
Yep.
Crunch in the lunch.
Now it's time to roll it. Group all that in there and just pull it towards you. You want to kind of smush it in.
Okay.
We got a lot in this one, so
We do. This one's gargantuous.
doesn't that look good?
Mm-hmm.
It's a feast. Sushi is easy,
It's fun.
and you can really be creative with it. You can put whatever you can think of in there, and just try it. See if you like it. See if your friends like it.